There's a very important point to be made from the jailing of Enoch Burke's father, Sean Burke, in relation to the assault of the woman Garda in the Court of Appeal in March 2023. The first time that this prosecution of Sean Burke came before the courts was in the district court. And on that occasion, the judge granted the Probation of Offenders Act to Sean Burke. And to be absolutely clear, and this is vital for any young person watching this video especially, or anybody brought before a court for the first time in relation to an offence and the judge is giving them the Probation Act, there is a vital distinction to be made between being convicted and getting the Probation Act. And let me just explain. The Probation of Offenders Act 1907, Section 1, Subsection 1 says that where any person is charged before a court of summary jurisdiction, that's the district court, with an offence punishable by such court, and the court thinks that the charge is proved, but is of the opinion that having regard to the character, antecedents, age, health, or mental condition of the person charged, or to the trivial nature of the offence, or to the extenuating circumstances under which the offence was committed, it is inexpedient to inflict any punishment or any other than a nominal punishment, or that it is expedient to release the offender on probation. The court may, and this is vital, without proceeding to conviction, make an order either dismissing the information or charge, or discharging the offender conditionally on his entering into recognizance to be of good behaviour and appear before conviction, or appear for conviction and sentence when called, and a time during such period not exceeding 3 years. So the key thing here is the Act may be applied where the court is satisfied that any one of three alternative justifications warrant it. And the justifications are A, the character, antecedents, age, health or mental condition of the person charged, B, the trivial nature of the offence, or C, the extenuating circumstances under which the offence was committed. If any of these three give rise to a judge deciding not to move to conviction, then the person walks free from court with no conviction, with a clean criminal record. The court may apply the Act, quote, before proceeding to conviction. It follows that no conviction is recorded against the defendant. And that was the situation that Sean Burke found himself in the first day he was before the district court. Many people would see that as a very, very good outcome, because he's walking away, he's getting the benefit of the Probation of Offenders Act 1907, he's making a contribution to the court poor box that's going to assist some charity, and he is avoiding a conviction. He has a clean record from a criminal law perspective. And yet, Sean Burke decided to appeal that decision. Once he appealed the decision, then it ended up in the appeal court of Mr. Justice Ronan Munro this week, making a decision. And he found in that appeals court that Sean Burke, was guilty of the offence and was given a 2 months sentence. But the judge suspended the sentence for 12 months in its entirety, provided Sean Burke signed a bond to basically be of good behaviour for 12 months. And Sean Burke refused to do that, and then the judge had no choice but to implement a sentence of 2 months in jail, and Sean Burke was brought off to Mountjoy. But there was two decisions here that Sean Burke made which have led to the situation where now he has A, criminal conviction, and B, he's in jail. The first decision was obviously to appeal the original decision of the court to give him the benefit of the Probation of Offenders Act 1907, and the second decision was not to enter into the bond, not to sign the bond, to be of good behaviour for 12 months, and therefore he was carted off to Mountjoy. Those decisions are entirely Sean Burke's decisions, and that's a matter for him. But if you are a young person, for example, and you have been brought to court after electric picnic or some event maybe in the Point, or perhaps Punchestown when they used to have the festival there, you may find yourself brought before a court, charged with some relatively trivial offence, like possession of cannabis or possession of some drug, or perhaps a public order offence, getting into a row, or perhaps urinating in a public place. Relatively minor offences, relatively trivial offences. These are the types of offences where when you go before a court, go before a judge, a district court judge, and you're a young person and you might be in college or graduating from college, you might be considering going to America or Australia or Canada, and a criminal conviction against you is going to create a big problem. A judge in most circumstances where you have no previous will give you the benefit of the Probation of Offenders Act 1907, just like the judge did with Sean Burke, because Sean Burke had no previous convictions, etc., etc. So if you're a young person, you can take it on the chin and say, I've dodged a bullet today because I'm going to get the benefit of the Probation of Offenders Act, and I'm going to make a contribution to the court poor box, and I'm going to avoid a conviction, and when I graduate then in 6 months' time, I'm going to be able to go to America or Canada or Australia or wherever, and I don't have to worry about a conviction on my record. Sean Burke decided he was going to appeal that original decision to give him the Probation Act, and as I say, the rest is history. That's Sean Burke's decision. It's entirely up to him, but if you, as I say, face a court for whatever offence and you've no previous convictions, relatively minor offence, it's in the district court, and you have the benefit of, or the opportunity to make a contribution to the court poor box and perhaps indirectly help some charity and avoid a conviction, then I would suggest that you seriously consider it's a good outcome. A very, very good outcome. It's one that Sean Burke didn't choose, but as I say, that's his choice. Hope you find the video useful, and if you do, I would appreciate if you did 3 things. 1, hit the thumbs up button down below. 2, share it with a friend. And 3, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks a lot.